Okay, there's some things you can learn from this episode of Shield Hero. You know, I always do enjoy these calm before the storm kind of episodes where the characters show their development, their perspectives, and how they feel about certain situations. Everyone's feelings just get out there and you can understand where everyone's coming from. So, yes, there are a ton of things you can pick up from this episode that you can actually take into modern situations. One of the first things I like to talk about is about Princess Melty, the second daughter of the kingdom, and she's actually the next in line to become queen of the nation. Why didn't the king have much power? I believe the king was probably married into it. It's usually in these kind of shows or stories, the king is the guy that says to say so. But it seems like to me, it's the queen's the one that's calling the shots. So I'm guessing the queen is the true ruler of the kingdom, but she's probably really busy trying to sort shit out, while her husband and her older daughter are just screwing everything up. And all the wrong reasons. Like, my god. And these are terrible people. These nobles, this royal blood, they're just doing anything they can to somehow make the shield hero look like a bad guy for some reason. But there is one person among them that believes in the shield hero, that believes that there's something more that must be done to bring these heroes together to fight against the waves. And that is the Queen and Milty. But as you can see, Nafumi's not having it. He's having, his problems. He's been burned by people plenty of times. Even now in this current episode, Nafumi's been burned. It's because of that, it's completely understandable why he doesn't trust the little princess. But this is something that's going on within our society where we need to learn. To stop grouping people. To stop grouping them. It's ridiculous. We've been doing this since day one of humanity. Where you see a group of a certain individuals will do something, and then you think that they all act that way. They all believe in that thing, or something like that. And it's happening today. There are going to be situations all men are sexist or bad. All SJWs are bad, which, even though I should take that back, they're not. Not all SJWs are bad. Some actually do believe in the original term of social justice. But today it's just too far extreme. It's like me putting my politics in it. It really is. Shield Hero really is a very politic-heavy kind of thing that's going on. That, in a way, it's mirroring what we are going through right now in America, actually, where the good guys are looking like the bad guys, and the bad guys are manipulating the people to look like good guys in so many ways that's just ridiculous. And it's really heartbreaking to see this really happening in our own country, the land of the free, but it feels like our freedom is slowly being taken away. But get off of our world. Let's talk about Nafumi's world for more a second. Yes, he's having a hard time trusting, even to the point where Philo wants a good answer. And it's something that even a parent does themselves, where a parent's personal issues could affect a child, where a child wants an explanation. You can't just say, you can't do this no more, because in a way you're showing the child that you think they're stupid, that they just accept what you say and just go with it because you're a parent and your child. In a way, Nafumi's master and Philo is servant. But either way it goes, every child deserves a proper explanation, or else they'll go to one, they'll resist you and they'll do exactly the opposite you want them to do, or three, they'll question you and they'll probably hate you. But however, Philo is more loyal that she won't, betray Nafumi like that or go against his orders. She'll act up and throw a tantrum, but she'll never resist Nafumi because she loves him that much. So it was sweet to see, but she'll feel down as Milty, in a way, was her first friend, someone that seemed to be on her, well, near her height level, not age level, actually. Philo was just born, a couple months ago, so there's that. Now, then, it goes to another thing we have to talk about. It's also with the people. The soldiers are pretty much in the first wave. Nafumi defended this village that was a bystander within the wave because no one bothered to help them at all but Nafumi and some other soldiers. Now it seems like the people from the last wave want to help out Nafumi. So you might say he's doing a kind of corrupt thing, saying, bring me 150 silver coins and I'll think about you joining us. You'll sell this item for him. It was a test. Test to see, are they willing to put up with Nafumi's crap no matter what? Are they really doing it for themselves? Or are they really doing it because they want to follow Nafumi? In a way, it's a test of trust. Nafumi's always putting up these tests to see whether or not he can trust people or not, and that's completely understandable. And at the end of the day, he was able to trust them because they came back with the money. They worked hard for it. So he didn't take the money. Instead, it was them gathering their own money to upgrade themselves for the upcoming wave. So I felt that was pretty nice how he did. It was a nice little test to show whether or not these people were 100% on board for what Nafumi was doing. So I applaud him for that. Then now let's talk about the other heroes. These assholes, they're treating this like a game, and they're treating this with no thinking of the consequence of their actions at all. Like I said, in the workplace, where you have higher up people who get their job done, but they leave behind such a sloppy mess that leaves you, the lower rank, to clean up their mess. So while they're getting all the praise, the little people who are also your peers or under you praise you because you're the one that's actually cleaning up the mess, making sure the office is in nice and neat order while they just get done the big parts. And this comes the way where the heroes aren't thinking about the consequences of their actions. The sword hero, he went to a village, he slayed the dragon, and he left. That's all he thought he had to do. He thought this was just a video game. Go in, slay the dragon, oh okay, all is well. However, there's an after effect when you leave flesh out to rot. Especially flesh that big and that mystical. Of course, it will leave a giant pandemic on a village, which caused people to die. With the first shield hero, the entire village will slowly die a painful, miserable death. Congratulations, sword hero, for not thinking. Same thing with the bow hero. He took down a king, a ruler, who was raising the taxes. Okay, a lot of people can't stand when their taxes are raised. They think people are just raising taxes because the government or the kingdom is just greedy. They just want more money, more and more. They want to give out to the people. But they don't realize how much it takes to actually withstand a country, a city, a town. They're not just standing there for no reason. There are resources you have to pay for. And those resources wages can go up and down to determine on the value of that month, year, week, or hell, even hour. Things change. When you go to a gas station, the prices are constantly changing all the time. It takes money to raise a kingdom, to raise a city. It doesn't just stand there and everything's prosperous, Everything is through money. So because of that, the king had to raise the taxes. So even when the bow hero came in and took down the king, it still was someone had to take care of the kingdom, which was the resistance. But however, they needed money, so they raised the taxes up even more. So they had to leave. The people had to leave the kingdom and from the north and head towards where Nafumi's at. And a lot of people died. See what happens when you don't think things through? Instead of just taking out the ruler, you should also try and find a better establishment for them to work on. That's where you work with people who are professionals within that field and decide what to do next. You don't just do your job and leave. That's not how it works. It's like war. You don't just jump in, kill the bad guys, and leave. That's not how it works. You gotta create treaties. You gotta create programs. You gotta create rules. A new state of law for people to understand and what to do to prosper in the future. You don't just kill people and leave them because there are so many bystanders that are within war that will suffer and die out slow, painful, miserable deaths and a broken government. That's not how you do things. There are consequences for these actions. We're not taking them seriously. And they weren't taking seriously their role as heroes. Which is funny. They're the ones that truly have the role of heroes, while Shield Hero, even though he is the Shield Hero, has the role of a bad guy to the kingdom, thanks to kingdom. So it's just really messed up how that's going on right now. But nonetheless, the Shield Hero wants to prosper. And there was a scene I also want to talk about how Raphtalia is thinking about when everything's all done, what will become of them. When Nafumi leaves, what will become of her and Philo? Like, they'll be free, but I guess they lack their own sense of purpose. Their sense of purpose right now is to fight for Nafumi, to serve Nafumi. But what happens when he leaves? What will it become of them then? They need to think about stuff to do when he does leave. live their own lives, to find some way for them to carry on with life without him. That if Nafumi leaves, is all I'm saying. That was something to think about there. So I enjoyed this episode more on perspective of understanding the consequences of your actions when you don't think things through the future. And sadly enough, in our time of generations, there's this thing of the outrage culture where they want everything to change, but they're not thinking about how much that change will impact the future. It really sucks. We're living in this time right now. But all we can do is make ourselves be prepared, like the Shield Hero is doing. Be prepared for whatever storm may hit. And when it does hit, I'm not saying you'll be prepared for everything, but at least you are prepared. You know? It's always good to have a nice, stable foundation, is all I'm saying. So anyways, that's all I got for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really got a lot from this episode, surprisingly, actually. So yeah, if you enjoy my content, you enjoy these reviews and everything else I do, why don't you leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you get notified. Macron Anime, signing out.